my name's pizzaprentice, and you're watching part 1 of my two-part guide for the Pantheon of Hallownest and Hollow Knight. The reason I say part 1 of my two-part guide is because I'd really like to do this all in a single video, but my computer is just not big enough to store a very high-quality, like 45-minute video, so just splitting this into two parts so I can actually get it uploaded to YouTube. Anyways, enough of that. Pantheon of Hallownest is basically a boss rush of every single boss in the video game Hollow Knight, developed by Team Cherry in... When did this come out? Like 2017? That's not important. So it's a boss rush, every single boss in the game. Can't die once or else you get sent back to the beginning, but you do get a fair amount of checkpoints, so it's not impossible. And this sounds like a very difficult task, because it is. Every single boss in the game, but I'd say only a handful of those bosses really require you to have like very decent strategy, gameplay, whatever. The rest of it is just sort of like a slog to get through, just like face-tanking stupid bosses and stuff, and like the first 70% of the Pantheon. Anyways, before I begin, I want to show you my build real quick. I'm using Unbreakable Strength or Fragile Strength, whichever one you have, it's like the same effect. Quick Focus, Quick Slash, and Long Nail. And basically this build allows me to be very aggressive with my nail, and it also allows me to heal quickly because, first of all, I suck at dodging, and second of all, the more aggressive you are, the more liable you are to get hit. So Quick Focus is like sort of like a crutch for me. And if you feel more reliable with your dodging, more confident in your dodging skills than I am, I would suggest replacing that with like Shaman Stone, because that's like a very solid badge, allows your spells to do a lot more damage, which can help, especially with some of the later bosses. And anyways, let me explain the rest of these badges. Charms. Yeah, sorry, charms. Unbreakable Strength just makes your nail do more damage. Quick Slash allows you to slash more, and Long Nail just increases the range of your nail, which makes it easier to pogo, and that's really the only reason why I've got it equipped. And this combination of Unbreakable Strength and Quick Slash allows you to do like ridiculous amounts of damage in short time, and that's very nice for just getting through some of the earlier bosses. You really don't want to like spend too much time in like the earlier parts of the Pantheon. Just like whichever build you play, I would suggest just like doing something that allows you to like get through the early bosses as fast as possible, so you can just like get onto the more difficult ones at the very end. Out of all those badges, I would suggest like just using... You can't really go wrong with Fragile Strength or Unbreakable Strength, like no matter which build you're doing. If you're gonna like keep one of those badges, that's probably the one I would recommend keeping. Unless you're doing like strictly spells, which I can't imagine why you'd do that. What is wrong with you, you psychopath?
Without further ado, let's get started. Buckle up because you're in for a very long ride. I would recommend doing this in like a very good state of mind. Probably shouldn't try it like more than several times a day because you're just going to get like frustrated and pissed off and you're going to lose. Anyways, first fight is Vengefly King, Jesus. Yeah, not terribly difficult. Pretty easy fight, but probably not the easiest in the Pantheon. Has two attacks. One of them is swooping down, like right there. The other is spawning the little baby Vengeflies, and I would recommend just like killing those babies as soon as they pop up, so you're not dealing with like multiple enemies at once. God. Yeah, pogo off of them when they swoop down. You can do like spells. I did the whatchamacallit, Shade Soul right there earlier. And one of these guys has half health, other one has like a full health. Half health should go down pretty quickly. This guy still has a considerable amount of health, so don't just think you're out of the doghouse quite yet. You can fly up there and try to get him with like Abyss Shrieks, but I find that to be a bit difficult, so I just stay in the center the entire time and play it out. Play it safe. Not much else to say besides that. There I go, getting hit again. There we go, finally. That fight takes... It's longer than the average fight in the Pantheon, I'd say. And next fight, Gruzmother. Another pretty easy fight, maybe slightly easier than the one that came before it. Two attacks, one of them's right there. Just slamming up and down the arena, you can easily dodge that with a Shadow Dash. And other... right there, yeah. Other attack, it'll just like lunge at you. And spells are pretty good for this one, especially Abyss Shriek if you can pull that off without getting hit. This is another fight I kind of just like to play out. Oh, yeah, see, I tried... Yeah, you get hit in this fight, and if you fall into the spikes, that's like 2 masks of damage, so that adds up pretty quickly. Healing up. Playing this very safe. Go for another spell, that works. Probably should go for a spell like right after it does an attack, so you don't get like hit on the rebound. Next fight, probably the easiest fight so far, I'd say. False Knight. Quick Slash and Unbreakable Strength make this a really quick fight. Didn't even have like a chance to attack right there. This is a little cheat I like to do. You can smack this guy's head up with the Dream Nail and get like unlimited soul. And the reason I'm bouncing off of his armor is because if he's like still for more than 5 seconds, I think he goes back into his attack mode. See right there. One of the things I didn't anticipate for this video was, oh crap, I got hit, was just I would like be completing these fights so fast that I feel like I don't get like ample time to provide good commentary. But thankfully, especially with these earlier fights, they're just like so brainless and stuff. You really don't require like a bunch of knowledge. Moss Charger, you can like dash in at the very beginning and get like a couple of hits. Sometimes it'll jump at you, so watch out, you can just dash under that. Do like a good rhythm with Quick Slash, and you can just kill it without getting hit. Might be possible without Quick Slash, but I think it's much harder to pull off. Who is this? Hornet? Yeah, Hornet. You know, I really don't have, like, a strategy for this fight, aside from, like, dodging. I will say try not to go for, like, any pogos, because Hornet just, like, jumps all the time, like you see there, and that'll get you. It'll knock you off your ass. Go for a charge hit there for some reason. Yeah, dash through that, don't walk into it like I did. Not terribly difficult. I say that as I get hit. God. Oops. And yeah, that fight's over pretty quickly. You fight a powered-up version of Hornet much later in the Pantheon, but that version actually has less health than the one we just completed, so... Next fight, GORB. This is like the first, whatchamacallit, dream hero fight, whatever it is, like the graves in the game. Not very difficult, just has that attack right there. That's much easier to dodge when GORB is farther away. If he's close up to you, that'll be like a bit trickier, but that'd be a good opportunity right there for Abyss Shriek. Yeah, able to pull it off, but I got hit. Good trade, I'd say. As he gets like closer and closer to being killed, he starts shooting more nails at once. I'm not sure how effective the Shade Soul is right there. Might be able to hit him twice with like a single spell. Who is this? Dung Defender? Yeah, everybody loves this guy. Nothing, of course, nothing much to say about this guy like all the other bosses. He'll bounce around, you can hit him with your nail. Could do Abyss Shriek, I guess. When he's doing that, you can do a Desolate Dive to shake him out of the ground and stun him. Sort of a waste of soul, because this fight's like so quick and easy, but just wanted to demonstrate that, just in case you have trouble with this for whatever reason. Yeah, then he transitions to this leaping attack, he shoots balls of poo-poo out, and just like that, he's done. Or wait, no we're not. There we go. When he's throwing his balls, I would suggest like standing back and trying not to face tank it, because once he gets stunned, he's going to be like making another ball anyways, and it's just going to be a process of looping and stuff. Anyways, Soul Warrior. He'll summon these little ghosts, you can dash through those fireballs to get rid of them. Those are really his only 3 attacks. When he does that dash, you gotta like delay your... whatchamacallit? Yeah, your dash. You gotta delay your dash a bit, because awkward timing, and he also does that like teleport right there. Yeah, so you can just like dash through the fireball and it gets rid of it, which is really nice. If you don't get rid of that fireball, it'll boomerang back around and you'll have to dodge it a second time, which isn't optimal. Tiso, my favorite boss in the entire game. So, anyways, Brooding Moloch. This guy's a bit annoying. You can't just, like, run up and hit him over and over. He's got, like, that little claw that he uses. He'll do that jumping attack. Right after that's a good opportunity to go for a few hits. Just walk under him when he does that. He does another attack, this one. That's your best opportunity to just go, like, crazy with hits. He'll be still for, like, the entire time he does that, so... Not terribly difficult. Gotta be careful, though, with that claw. Don't want to get hit by that too many times. And final boss of this section of the Pantheon is Nailmaster Oro and Mato. First part of this fight's pretty easy. You're just dealing with one guy at a time. He'll do that attack, jump over that. He'll slash at you with his nail. I would suggest, like, dashing backwards as soon as he comes up to you. So you can just avoid that pretty easily. You can dream nail this guy as he jumps in to get a bit of soul. And for this section of the fight, I have like a very strange but effective strategy that I'd feel might be easier to convey by just like watching the video rather than like trying to explain it. But I'll do my best. I try to keep these two guys on one side of the arena because, as you can see, they sort of like take turns jumping at you and hitting you and stuff. If you get between them, that's bad. Just try to reorient yourself. Then they'll just come at you one at a time. You can do hits, that guy jumps away, hit that guy, rinse and repeat. Very simple. Once in a while you'll have to like redo your position because one of them will use their special attack. That tornado attack, you can either go under it or you can do what I did and like try to pogo off of it with your nail, which is a bit tricky, I guess. Long nail makes that easier. This is a bad situation I'm in right here, just getting stuck in the corner. Try to reorient yourself when that happens. Not too difficult to reposition. And one of them's down, leaving this guy. I think I like go a little crazy with spells right here, yeah. Because it's no big deal if you leave this fight without a ton of soul or a ton of health, because you get like your first checkpoint in the Pantheon right after this. Don't forget to bow. Here we are. Got a little hot spring here to refresh your health and soul. Got a bench on the right, and a lifeblood cocoon on the left. And you get that cocoon from, doing the bindings for the first 4 Pantheons. And I think completing 8 bindings gives you like 3 of those, completing 12 gives you 4, and completing all of them gets you 5. But I feel like the first 3 are really like the only necessary ones. I feel like the other 2 were like too much trouble for like the 2 extra lives. But I would suggest doing like 8 bindings at least. Gives you good practice with the bosses, and that health really comes in handy, especially later in the Pantheon. This guy, not difficult. I don't like chasing him, so I just sort of stay on the central platform. Those nails will track back to him once he shoots them, so just make sure you're out of the way. You can do Shade Soul and it'll hit him twice, like every time, which is always nice. Shaman Stone makes this boss fight pretty easy, but without it, it's sort of just like... not like super easy, but not like as easy as the other ones. Crystal Guardian, Quick Slash makes this fight very quickly. Very quick. Just dodges lasers, you can like jump over that, double jump if you need to. Dodge the ceiling lasers, and it's already over. Who's next? Like, Soul Master? Yeah, Soul Master. Alright, so this is probably the most technically difficult fight you'll have at this point, but it's super easy. He teleports around. You can sort of chase him. He'll do that dive, jump over the aftershock, whatever it is. Sometimes he'll mix up that dive, and he'll like teleport to the left or right before he's about to accomplish the dive, so... excuse me, you'll be like... just get out of the way in time. Center of the stage, when he does like that rotating fireball attack, that's a great opportunity to heal, because I think on this fight and like the upgraded Soul Master fight, like the fireballs will never pass through like the dead center of the stage, so take advantage of that. This phase, he'll start teleporting up and slamming down. I go for like some hits here. I do like a little double jump and dash away really quickly. Timing's not too hard to pull off. He'll shoot some fireballs at you, but it'll probably be dead before you get like the chance to like seriously dodge them, so no big deal, no big deal. Blobbles, okay, this fight I have a very weird, just like Oro and Mato, I have a very weird strategy for this. I go 8 hits on this guy on the right, 8 hits on this guy on the left. You don't need to like specifically do those numbers because once one of these guys dies, then the other one will like regain health and become like super powered up and difficult to dodge. So you just want to take care of him as soon as possible. And the most effective thing you can do is like get them down like as low as you can before killing one of them, and then save up some soul and just like try to kill him with Abyss Shrieks before he can like really wreak havoc, because this fight can go terribly wrong if you're not careful. Okay, yeah, I try to go for spells right here. Able to do 2 Abyss Shrieks, 3 Abyss Shrieks before I get hit. And taking not a serious amount of damage right there. But I'll get the chance to replenish it anyways at the very beginning of this fight. Mantis Lords. First phase, super easy. You have like the Shadow Dash, you don't have to like jump over every attack, which is nice. This is a good opportunity to refill your soul if a Blobble's got you down. Just wait for one of the Lords to do that attack where it like throws the blade, and depending on whether it goes like up or down, you can like time your heal and recover. So yeah, just attack it, already down. And it appears to be the normal Mantis Lords fight, but in a cruel twist of fate, you gotta fight 3 of them at the same time, which is much harder than it seems. This was like the first fight I had to like get some practice in and develop like a strategy. And my strategy for this fight, I always just like attack the 3rd Mantis sister, because they'll sort of like go at you in order. Like there's the 3rd one going down as the first 2 are on the sides. You don't have to like specifically target the 3rd one, just like target one of the Mantis Lords that you can like easily track their movements and focus on dodging the other 2. You can go for like some extra hits if you're feeling cheeky. I wouldn't recommend it. But anyways, just focus one. I feel like 3rd one's probably the easiest to do because it's the one that jumps down during that attack where the first 2 are on the sides. But yeah, really just keep your eye on one of the Mantis Lords, and she's almost dead. There we go. And then after that just becomes your regular Mantis Lords fight, which you should be pretty familiar with if you've been doing the other Pantheons. And the reason my footage skips right there is because the PlayStation 4 that I recorded this on has like a 15-minute time limit for recordings, so I just had to like quickly resume and splice it together. Was hoping it wouldn't be noticeable, but it's extremely noticeable watching back this footage. But yeah, there's 1 to go, then this just becomes like the first phase, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Use the Abyss Shriek, it's already done. Heal up if you need to. You get another checkpoint after this, so it's not horrible if you take like a ton of damage or lose a ton of soul. Yeah, there we go. The reason I always do bench before lifeblood is because if you sit on the bench with the lifeblood, then the lifeblood just goes away, and you have like no opportunity to recover it, so watch out for that. This next boss can be a bit scary. Who is this? Yeah, MARMU. Just extremely quick, bouncing around and stuff. Spells are nice, but it makes it, like, the more you hit MARMU, the quicker she, or he goes, whatever. I always lose all 3 of my lifebloods on this fight, like, no matter what. But fortunately, she doesn't have a ton of health, so it shouldn't take too long to take care of her. FLUKEMARM just pogo, pogo, pogo. Quick Slash makes that really nice. Very quick fight if you have Quick Slash. Adjust your pogo timing to knock out the little ones, little FLUKEMARMs she spawns, and should be over very quickly. I've also seen people like stick around the bottom and just do Abyss Shrieks. That works too. Depends on your playstyle. Broken Vessel, not too difficult. Dash through the slash thing and just walk under the jump slash. Kill the little ghost he spawns. I think I just like spam hits here because I'm ready to get on with the Pantheon. Doesn't have a terrible amount of health, so that fight should be over if you have unbreakable strength very quickly. And I think, oh yeah, we've got this guy, Galean, whatever his name is, just sort of floats around as his axe attacks you. Dash under the axe when it comes towards you. You don't want to be going for a lot of hits here. Your main priority is just dodging that axe, dodging under it whenever it gets like even slightly close to you, because it'll just boomerang around and get you in the ass if you're not careful. Spawns those two little light things, which are pretty easy to dodge. Gives you a good amount of soul, so you can heal up if he got you with the axe. And final boss for this second section of the Pantheon is Paintmaster Shio. He's Oro and Mato's brother, I think, or relative or something. Not terribly difficult. He stuns pretty easily, like right there. I find that I'm not too good at dodging his attacks. He does a charge shot, like right there. Rains like pink paint from the ceiling. Look out for that. Should probably not get close to him when he does that like red paint attack. Because you can see I'm taking a lot of hits here, but thankfully this fight does not take very long to complete. Just shooting him with some soul, and boom. I find that's probably like an easier fight than Oro and Mato, but one that's like harder to dodge. I mean, I feel like none of these bosses are like pretty, like difficult, but still gotta be careful. Gotta exercise a certain amount of strategy and stuff. But anyways, yeah, that's it for this section of the Pantheon. I'll try to have part 2 uploaded as soon as possible. Might be a bit longer than this part, because we're like, statistically speaking, we're like halfway through the Pantheon, but I think the later bosses take like longer to kill, so expect a longer video, I guess. Got my buddy Salubra here sprinkling glitter on me. And yeah.